Today, I want to talk to you about the child maintenance service. I didn't think I'd ever be making a video like this, but I know there's probably a lot of men out there, and perhaps women, who will relate. Some who are going through it, and others who have already been through it. Honestly, I just need to get this off my chest. I'm extremely frustrated. Everyone's story is different, but there are common patterns. So this is my story, this is my experience. And for those who've gone through separations or divorces, some of them have been amicable, some are just outright distressing. And when children are involved, there's always some level of pain. If you're a loving, caring father who has always been involved, it can be a horrible experience. Leaving your family home and not seeing your kids every day like you are used to, that's heartbreaking. It was gut-wrenching for me, but sometimes we have to do what's right for ourselves too, in order to be better parents and to protect our own mental health. In my case, after the split, I had a regular routine. I saw both my daughters every week, or more or less the same days. They were both in their mid to late teens, which maybe made things a bit easier, at least logistically. One daughter could drive, so she'd stay with me on certain days. The other one would stay on the other days. I could only afford a 2-bedroom house at the time on a single income. I'd pick my daughter up, drop her off every week. The other parent didn't. That was another added cost. Not my daughter's fault, obviously, but after a long, tiring day at work, rushing around, grabbing food, it's one added stress that was unnecessary if the other co-parent had pulled their weight. We'd spend time together, go for meals, days out, beach trips. I paid for whatever she needed, whatever she wanted. I took her to her friends' parties, her friends' houses. I paid for a couple of driving lessons. I paid for a driving license. Bought her food. Obviously there was gas, water, electric, heating, all that kind of thing, the usual. And then everything changed. After about 12-14 months of this routine, I received a letter from child maintenance saying that they were going to start deducting money from me. Apparently, I now needed to pay child maintenance. I was confused, so I contacted my daughter's mother and asked her what was going on. Our daughter had everything she needed, support, my time, company, pocket money, driving lessons, what she needed to buy clothes and stuff for college. But the reply I got was, it's her money, she deserves it, it's only fair. The conversation went nowhere. So I called child maintenance. I asked if I could pay my daughter directly. They said no. I asked if I could appeal. Again, pretty much no point. All they wanted to know was my income. That's it. No questions asked. No understanding. We're just taking X amount from you. End of. I voiced my concerns about why I thought the child maintenance was being contacted for my daughter. And I explained past experiences, and I explained everything that I've been providing for my daughter. They didn't really want to know. They told me to contact social services, which I did. Again, got nowhere with those. They told me to phone child maintenance. Nobody seemed to care at all. It was just a one and done decision. I find that absolutely crazy that they don't background check the other parent, or even have a conversation with a child or me. It's just done, decided, and there's nothing you can do about it. I explained to child maintenance, I don't mind paying, but I want to know that all the money is being spent on my daughter's welfare. And I asked if I could have it sent directly to my daughter. So yeah, and that's about it really. I explained that I was financially abused in the past. I explained how my daughter was left at the mother's house with no heating, hot water, and sometimes no food, where others were providing that food for her, but they didn't care. Eventually, I had to accept that I was getting screwed over. This system that's been put in place for children's benefit, which I totally agree is probably needed a lot of the time, and it's great that it's there, but it seems to be very easily manipulated, you know. I mean, I had to sit down with my daughter then and explain that I had to stop her pocket money, I had to stop paying for her driving lessons, etc, etc, and that her mother will now be getting money, and that all those things that I was providing, she will have to get via her mother. You know, I've always tried to never speak badly about my children's mother, you know, because my daughter loves both parents, and that's absolutely fine. And that was a difficult conversation, and what happened next was my daughter stopped having driving lessons. For a whole 12 months she didn't have another driving lesson. She should have passed a test by that point. All her friends were starting to pass their tests and she didn't. So what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Get into more debt, stretch myself financially further to pay for lessons and everything else, and take my daughter out, which I shouldn't be doing. That's so unfair to be paying twice, basically, you know. And this started to affect not only my financial well-being, but my mental health. Resentment, anger, frustration, sadness. I felt so used, and child maintenance system didn't care. Did not care. So the saga continues. My daughter's in college. She's going back for another year. So another year I have to keep paying this money out. I do believe that some of the money goes on my daughter's welfare. I'm not disputing that whatsoever. As far as I'm aware, she has food, hot water, heating, and she has been having driving lessons now for a good few months, which is awesome, you know. But still, it stings, you know, that this was done all out of spite and possibly greed, just to hurt the other parent, and using the child to do that. I think it's disgusting that there's nothing in place within the child maintenance service to look into things in more detail before just clicking yes, you know, done deal. I feel sorry for those parents, those single parents who have young children, and they have to go through this for so many more years than I have to. We don't care about the money when it comes to being used for school and meals and growth and to benefit the child, but when it's just used to spite the other parent or to be pocketed, at least some of it, I think it's disgusting, and the system doesn't even care. Anyway, that's my rant. Stay positive, people. Keep your head up. I'd love to hear your stories, your experiences. And yeah, I think that's about it for this one. This was a very weird video for me to make. It's not a spiritual video, but it's definitely part of my journey, and the good, the bad and the ugly. You know, it's all going on video. And yeah, see you in the next one. Thanks for listening.